My heart was racing. My head was pounding. I could hardly breathe. What had I done? How was this even possible? I looked around the room at the 9 other students in the class and looked down at my little desk with my laptop on it and looked at the screen, and I began to smile. I'd done it. I'd actually done it. I made my first $30 sale of a book that I hadn't even written yet. Would you like to know how to validate your product so that you can actually make sure that there are people out there who are going to buy your product? And even better, what if I could show you how to validate your product in a way where you will actually sell your product before you even create your product? If that sounds really good to you, give me a like, let me know, and let's get started. Hi, I'm Amanda Vander Gulik, and I help entrepreneurs just like you turn your passions into passive income by building an online business. This is day 4 of a 10-part How to Start an Online Business 101 course that you can have for free. Check the link down below. And today we're going to focus on how to actually validate your products. And I'm going to show you how I actually earned my first product, $37, on a book that I had not even written yet. I'm really excited for you, and let's get started. All right, so the problem is you have a product or a service idea, right, for your online business, but you're not really sure if people actually want to buy it. Fair enough. Or, maybe you just don't want to spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours trying to create your product and then put it out in the world and it flops and you don't sell anything. Totally get that. I may have been there once. Or maybe you just don't know how much money people will pay for your product. We're going to cover all of these today. Okay, so the solution to these problems: 1, we want to research your market to make sure that whatever your product or your service idea is that you want to create for your online business will actually make sales for you. And what we do is we want to make sure that other people have already proven that your product has customers, that other people are already ready to buy your kind of product. Now, it doesn't mean that your product already exists, but the kind of product similar. So for example, that book I was talking about, that was a book on helping parents teach their kids about money. Well, there were other books out there helping parents teach their kids about money. So what I had to do in my research is find out, were people actually buying it? Was there already a market for it? What did people want more of that wasn't already available, and what did they really like that was already available, and then create that together to create my product. So the first place that I went to is Amazon to check out the products that were already in my niche of financial literacy for kids, and to make sure that there were products out there that were making sales. And again, like I said, to see what the people liked about them and what there could be improved upon. So if we head over to Amazon and do a quick search here for you. We'll use my my product idea here as an example just to show you what I did here. So financial, way back then I actually did teaching children about money. That was what I was researching. And this was back in 2007, and it was really, really hot market back then because Robert Kiyosaki had just come out not too long before that, with his Rich Dad, Poor Dad, teaching all these people how to be smart with their money, and then also encouraging them to raise money smart kids. So there was a gap in the market, and I was right there at the right time. And you can see here when I search teaching children about money in Amazon that there are plenty of products here already on that topic matter. And so I knew that there was a market for this. And then all you do is see these stars on Amazon. All you do is you go into this one. So here, Financial Peace Jr. We'll head into that. It's from Dave Ramsey. He's an amazing colleague actually of mine. And you have a look at his ratings. Got over 1,500 ratings. So clearly there is a market for this if over 1,500 people have bought the product and taking the time to leave a review for them. And you go through and you find out the ones that are the top stars. What did they like about the product? Because you want to make sure that your product is going to have that as well, right? This is before we validate a product. We want to make sure first that we are going to have stuff that people want from our research. And then we're going to test the market, which I'll show you in just a moment. But the trick here is I don't want you to just look at the 5-star ratings, the 4-star ratings, and find out what people like. I want you to dive deep and really scroll down. You might have to go through quite a few pages if you have over 1,000 people to go through here. But I want you to find the ones that have a 1-star rating or a 2-star rating. And what are they struggling with? What is not in the product that they were really hoping was going to be in the product? What piece of information is missing? Or what feature is missing if it was like a physical product? What feature is missing? right? So that's how you first do your research to see if there is actually a market for your product or your service, and to find out in a really easy, free way what people love and what people need. And that is really important, and more specifically what they want, not necessarily what they need. And that's another quick lesson I'll give you right now, because I had two niches going on at the time, and one was cake decorating and one was financial literacy for kids. Well, financial literacy for kids was something that people needed to teach their kids. Cake decorating was something that people wanted to do. So the need market did make sales. It's a good market. But the want market of cake decorating was huge, because people like spending money on things they want. So if you have a product or a service that people want rather than what they need, a need is possible. Like you can see, there are definitely opportunities. But if you have a want, then you will skyrocket your business success so much faster. Just a little tip from my personal experience. Okay, so that's how you would do that to validate your product idea first in Amazon. And you can do this on many different shopping platforms. Like, just go and check out the reviews and see what people like and what people are missing. All right, so then the next part of how to validate your product idea is that we are actually, and this is the really exciting part, we're going to pre-sell your products to test the market before you create your product. And this is huge. When I learned this is huge. I literally spent so many years creating products that nobody wanted, because I didn't realize that I first needed to test the waters and see if it was going to make sales just based off of my idea before actually creating the product. So what you do is, first here we've got surveys. So we want to send out a survey or a poll to your email list if you have an online business. If you don't have an online business yet, if you don't have an email list yet, don't worry, because we're going to cover how to build an email list in day 6 of this free How to Build an Online Business 101 course. Here, let me just give you a really quick overview. So in day 1, we learned how to build an online business, the overall general outline of what you need to do. Then in day 2, we went deep into how to find your niche. And day 3, we figured out what exactly to sell. And then today we're focusing on how to validate that product idea. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to build a website that will actually make sales and how to keep it nice and simple. And then day 6, like I said, we're going to talk about how to build and grow your email list. And day 7, we're going to show you how to generate leads and traffic to your website to grow your business. I've got a bonus in there, how to create some sales funnels, but I won't tell you too much about that yet, because it's kind of a secret that obviously you can see. So, what? There's to you. Okay, so day 8, we're going to talk about how to create an online course, and also specifically how to build passive income. Now, you don't have to have an online course, but I wanted to give you an outline of how easy it is to get started with an online business with an online course, and that it specifically is very helpful if you want to create passive income. But we'll also talk about other passive income ideas in that day. Then on day 9, we're going to go over how to promote your online business using a social media strategy that is like wildfire. It's free, and it will get you ranked on the first pages of Google and YouTube for free. It's incredible. You're going to love that. So make sure you definitely sign up for this course and stick around and watch day 9. And then in day 10, we're going to show you how to create content marketing strategy so that you're not overwhelming yourself, keeping your own calendar sane and your life sane, and really just getting the best out of your online business. And then I've got another bonus after that for you as well. But back to today. So we're going to send out the survey to, again, like I said, to your email list. We're going to tell them a little bit about your product and how it's going to benefit their life. So we don't want to talk about your product and all its wonderful features, right? Like, let's say it was a plushie doll. Like in my last video, I showed you this cute little pink dinosaur. Say it was a plush doll, and it's like, oh, and it's got, jagged little things on its back, and it's got a little t-shirt. People don't care about that. Sure, it might be neat. Like if you were buying a phone, you might want to know some features like, okay, how much space is there on the camera? But generally what they really are looking for is, how is this product going to benefit your life? So with that plushie, it could be like, it's the cutest little soft little, it's so soft, so your baby will love to snuggle up with it. They'll constantly feel, or they'll immediately feel completely safe and warm and protected, right? With that camera, it could be like, not only does it have like this much space for your photos, they're really vivid and clear. It's going to make it feel like you can step right back into those memories, right? So you want to focus on the benefit to your client rather than the features of your product. That's, again, just a side tip that I wanted to share from years of experience that I know can help you. All right. and you want to tell them a little bit, again, how they could help. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. And then also ask them, what would they expect to pay for something like this? Again, you're not asking them how much will they pay, because then they're going to be like, just try and sell me something. You're going to say, so if this product existed, how much would you expect it to be, for them to charge for this product? And that takes the pressure off of you're trying to sell me something, and it opens up the minds of, if this product was on the market and I wanted it, then I would probably expect it would cost about this or that, or other people might pay for it for this or that. And it'll just give you a starting point. Doesn't mean this is going to be where your price is going to be at, but it does give you an idea of how much value your benefits are for them. So that's really what you want to focus on, is the price of your product. And again, we'll talk about this more in future videos, but the price of your product is based more on the benefits they receive from your product rather than the actual product itself. Just another little tip for you. All right, and then what we want to do is write a post or make a short video about your product, explaining again how the benefit of the product, and I even wrote it down here again, pro tip, focus on the benefits, not the features of your product. This is really, really important. All right, so what we want to do is create a little short post or a video explaining the benefits, and then offering them the chance to get in on the action for the beta version of your product, where they're going to invest in your product, and then in 30 days, 2 months, 2 weeks, 1 day, however long it will take you to create your product, they will then get the product. So they know in advance, it's completely open and authentic, that the product does not yet exist, the idea does, and that if there's enough interest, you will make this product and then you will send it to them. Now, if you find, so you've taken in some orders and you find there isn't actually that big of a market for your product idea, then you simply refund those people. You're not going to keep the money. You just be like, thank you so much for testing my product idea. I've decided actually to move on to a different one, so here is a refund. And if I ever consider this product again, I will definitely let you know, right? Like keep them happy, make them feel special. So that's just a little tip there for you. If you are enjoying this so far, if you're finding these tips helpful, will you do me a favor and click that little like button or the thumbs up, because it helps the algorithm show that you're actually interested and you're finding value in these videos, and that helps reach more entrepreneurs just like you who are struggling and want to build an online business that is successful. And I really appreciate that. So thank you for that. Again, I was in a coma in 2016 for 3 weeks. And when I woke up as a seriously disabled lung person. And I realized very quickly that I could not go back to a normal 9-to-5 job. I simply didn't have the energy, resources for that. And you'll hear, like I said, as this video goes on, that I do struggle with my breathing, my talking, standing, all those things. But my point here is that I learned how I had to really systematize things so that I wasn't putting as much energy in, but getting maximum output. And I learned how to take focus and really focus on creating things one time that get paid for over and over again. So again, if that's something that you're interested in, do consider subscribing to my channel, because that is where I will be helping you the most. Okay, so the next one is we want to send out to your email list. So we want to send out both the survey, probably first, right? Get the survey out first and explaining how your product will benefit them. Again, same thing over and over again. And then you're also going to send out the post or the offer to get in on your beta version of this product. Now, if you don't have an email list yet of targeted people who are actually interested in the kind of things that you want to create a product around, then go ahead and connect and talk, email your friends and family, but don't bulk group email. You don't spam people, right? Be cautious and thoughtful, but do reach out to them and ask for their opinions. And I do have some warnings about that I will share in just a moment, that are really critical and can either make your business or break your business in a heartbeat. So make sure you stick around for the next few minutes, because I'm going to share a really powerful tip on how to deal with your family and friends, but their input is valuable to you, even if it's hard. All right. So, and of course, you can always ask them if they know anybody else who would benefit from your product idea. If it's not something for them, who do they know that this kind of product idea would benefit from? All right, so now I want to just dive a little bit deeper into the rest of my story here that I started at the beginning of this video. So my story part 2. So now I still remember so clearly that first day when I ever made my very first sale online for a book that I had not even written yet, which blew my mind, completely shattered my ideas of what business was. I never thought it was possible to sell something that didn't exist. You know, back then my brain didn't go, well, okay, if you buy tickets to a theater production, you've already paid for something that didn't yet exist, but as soon as you go there, then it exists, right? The experience is in the moment, not in advance. But my brain just didn't go there to the idea that, okay, if I buy a plane ticket to go on a trip, I'm not on the plane, right? I'm paying for it in advance, and then in a couple of weeks I'll hop on the plane and then have the experience of what I already paid for. So it's actually quite common. But because we have a lot of self-doubt, especially as online entrepreneurs, we think, oh, well, if my product isn't ready, or it's not good enough, people won't pay for it. But we got to get out of our brains and out of our egos, or as my daughter says, our ids, because it's not about us. It's about what is the benefit to the client. And if I told you, I can teach you how to take your passion and turn it into passive income in 5 days, would you be interested in this? If so, sign up here and I'll create this 5-day course in like a week's time. Of course you would sign up, because you'd be like, oh my gosh, you're saving me so much time, and I trust that it's going to happen. Plus, I would also tell them, look, and if there's not enough interest, I won't do the course and you'll get your money back. So you get your money back, right? So the idea is you really need to push yourself beyond your own feeling of scared and fear. You got to just feel it and go with it anyway. Do it anyway, like the book says, right? Feel the fear and do it anyway. All right, again, so yeah, I was in a class with other small entrepreneurs. So this was a class back in 2007, and we went for a weekend class. There were 10 of us, and we each got a laptop, which was kind of cool to get a laptop as part of your course. And we did all of our niche research and our product research and our market ideas and our keyword research to really dive in deep and figure out what the market needs, which is what I'm sharing with you today, what I learned. And it was so amazing, that feeling after I had done all my research and I'd built a little list, because literally in the weekend we built a small email list, and I sent out this offer to my list. And it was like a list of 50 people. It wasn't huge, but it was huge to me. And about 10 of them actually bought my book before it was written. And they knew it wasn't going to be delivered for a month, because I knew I needed time to write it. So I was just in awe. Somebody trusted me. They trusted that they knew that I knew enough about the topic that I could write something that valuable that they would part with their money to get my product in the future. It was unbelievable. And all I had was actually just the outline of the chapters. That's how I sold the book. When I did my research, I figured out what did parents want to learn, what did they need to solve with their children, and then I just laid it out in a template of this chapter I'll talk about allowances, this chapter I'll talk about how to make their own money, this chapter I'll talk about how to manage that money, and so on, right? And so that's exactly what I did. I took those ideas, placed them in a logical order in the chapters, and then a month later I actually had the book for them. So it was incredible. And I sold that idea online just to my followers, that email list that we built in that weekend, and to my family and friends. It was incredible before I ever created it. So I was excited, but I was also scared, and I want to share with you why I was scared. So I was afraid that they were going to be disappointed in the end product. But that was actually a blessing in disguise, because I felt so much responsibility. They had invested in my product idea before it even existed. I was now more determined than ever to make sure I delivered top quality. Like, these people had already put their trust in me. So I wasn't going to just give them some cheap thing. Like, this was going to be deep, and I gave everything that I could give. And so it was a blessing that I was scared, because of that fear of disappointing them. It really pushed me to just over deliver. And I really want that for you, where you pre-sell your products and it will push you to then create the best version of your product. All right, but in a short time period. Like, don't let this perfectionism thing take you off, okay? And I did it. So 1 month later, like I said, there was my first book, Parents' Guide to Teaching Children About Money, and I sent it out. All right, so back to the notes that I was talking about. So these are important. So I have a warning when it comes to your friends and family, okay? Because when you share your product or your service idea with your friends and family, they are going to be your hardest critics. They are going to be the most skeptical. They're going to be the most pessimistic. Yes, you're going to have some that are super happy for you and super optimistic, but they are few. The reason those other people are so pessimistic and so negative and so heavy is not because they're trying to hurt you. They're actually trying to stop you from hurting. They're afraid, like, oh, you've got this big idea. What if it doesn't turn out? Like, I don't want you spending all your money and time and energy on something that you don't know is going to work. But then you can come back and say, but I validated my product. It's all good, right? Give me a like if you agree with that. But the thing is to remember is that your friends and family are not your ideal market, okay? They are not the ones who are probably going to be buying your product or service. I'm sure a couple of them might, because it might benefit them, but the majority of your friends and family are not your market. But they are a great place to test the waters and just get some feedback, and some of them are going to give you some great insights. And so take that, but just be careful. Protect your identity, protect your product idea. Don't let them stop you from doing it, but ask them with that protection in place, knowing that they want to protect you, right? So they're going to turn you down on your idea because they want to protect you, but take the little nuggets of gold that they will feed through you. So it is a good place to get started if you don't already have an email list for your online business. And again, in day 6, we will cover how to grow your own email list so you can get to a point where you don't have to ask friends and family anymore, which is a great place to be. Okay. Now, the other thing that is really important is that you don't need to set up really complicated things to do this, okay? All you need to do is create a PayPal account so that people can have a way to pay you for your idea of what you're going to create. And then just set up your product in a software like GrooveSell, which is from GrooveFunnels, that I can actually give you a copy of for free to use. So you can set up your product in there. You use PayPal as your payment processor, and then everything gets moved through there, and it's really easy. I'll show you a quick look here. So in GrooveSell, so this is my GrooveSell here. This is my Groove account. It has everything in here: Groove Pages, GrooveSell, Groove Mail, Groove Member, Groove Video, Groove Blog, Groove Cart, Groove Webinar. This is an all-in-one online business platform that I use, and I highly recommend it. And the beautiful thing is that they actually let entrepreneurs get started 100% for free, and they get access to like almost every app that is in here, and then just limited quantities of things, like I don't know what it is, like some amount of pages that you can have, and a certain amount of email lists that you can have, but they're big. It's enough to get started without having to pay for anything. And then once your business grows, then they have a monthly fee for the pro version of their software, which is also the most affordable and most full products that you'll ever find. Like, they have so many things in here. This is where you can just run all of your business in one place. And what I wanted to show you today is the GrooveSell part of it, because this is where you would then create your product in a digital format. Not that your product is digital, but literally just this is how you sell it. And the actual product is somewhere separate, but this will manage making the sales and connecting with those leads. So that's what you need this for. So you can see I've got a couple of products in here, and literally all you do is you just put in the name of the product, a quick description, the price that you want to have it at, and then you connect it with your PayPal or whatever other payment processor that you have, because they do have other options like Stripe and so on, and GroovePay. But you can get started with PayPal, and then you just have, how are you going to fulfill it? It could be as simple as a Word document saying, thank you for putting your trust in me and being part of my beta launch. I will be sending out the product to you in such and such time period. And that's it. Done. So it's so simple. And so I wanted to give that to you, and you can actually get that for free if you head over to groovewithamanda.com. And when you go through my link, then I also have these bonuses here for you that I'll talk about in just a minute. But I want to help you get started. So that's it. Now the next steps. So I just close these for you so you can see everything nice and clear. I have some homework for you. It's for today and for tomorrow. So today, just make sure that you have already signed up for this 10-part email course, How to Start an Online Business 101, so that I can walk you through every day of how to really get your online business set up for success. And to do that, simply go to groovewithamanda.com/online Online Business 101, and you can sign up for free. Now, the second thing you are going to do is you need to send out that survey or that poll to your social media or to your email list or to your friends and family to get that input, to find out on your product idea and the product pricing ideas. The next one is you want to post an offer to those groups of your product to make sales before you even create your product, all right? And this is really how to validate your product, is to make sure that you know that there's somebody out there who's going to buy it before you create it. Trust me, this is important. And then get yourself set up with those tools that you're going to need to build your online business or to get set up if you're not already set up. And head over to groovewithamanda.com. You can get them for free. Like I said, you can get completely started for free, and not just like a 14-day trial, like literally endless time for free until your business grows so big that you need more capacity. And then you have the best pricing anyway. Plus, when you go through my link, I actually have some special bonuses for you. So let me quickly walk through them for you. If you sign up for the free Groove membership, then you're also going to get my free Google and YouTube traffic checklist. This is so that we can drive traffic to your website to bring you more sales. Or maybe you want to already go to the pro level because you know you really want to see your business grow and you just want access to everything. Again, you don't need this until you're big enough, unless of course there's a special deal going on, then obviously take advantage of that, you know. But when you do upgrade to the pro edition, then you're also going to get these extra 4 bonuses. It's going to be a deep dive course into how to use Google and traffic to get free leads from me. A lead magnet creation course. This is how to actually start building your funnel and your email list, which we'll talk more about in day 6. And a goal setting and achieving your goals course. You're going to get that for free. And then a friend of mine, Paul Murphy, colleague of mine, he has an incredible course on how to get a Google ranking in 24 hours, like how to get your website ranked on the top pages of Google within 24 hours. It's incredible, and it's my gift to you for free. He gave it to me to give to you for free when you upgrade to Pro. So those are just some of the bonuses that you get when you go through my link. All right, and then tomorrow, look for your day 5 email because we're going to dive deep into actually how to build your business, but more specifically, how to build an online business, how to start your online business in the most efficient way possible. I'm going to show you a very simple funnel. You really don't need to overcomplicate things. And I'm going to use Groove and show you how to do it, but you can take this information and use it in whatever software platform, or if you know HTML coding, you can do it yourself. That's what I had to do back in 2007, and I do not miss having to do all the coding anymore. All right, and if you're already ready to get started, you can actually click on over here. And I'll see you right in there right now.